Are you one of God's chosen, carrying a divine purpose you've yet to fully grasp? The idea might feel overwhelming, but the signs are all around you, whispering through your struggles, your calling, and even your victories. Proof that God has set you apart for something extraordinary. If you're wondering whether you're marked by His hand, pay attention, because these clear signs could change how you see your life forever. First, you face trials that refine you. 1 Peter 1 verses 6-7 says suffering tests your faith like gold in fire, and if you're chosen, you'll notice challenges hitting harder than most. I heard about a woman named Rachel, who lost her job, her marriage, and her health in 1 year, yet found herself praying more than ever, sensing God's presence in the chaos. Her trials weren't punishment, they were preparation, shaping her into a leader who now mentors others through pain. Second, you feel an unshakable inner calling. Jeremiah 1 verse 5 declares God knew you before you were formed, and if you're chosen, a persistent nudge toward a specific purpose haunts your soul. Take David, a quiet accountant I met, who kept feeling drawn to start a homeless ministry despite his fear of public speaking. He resisted for years, but one day he obeyed, and now his outreach feeds hundreds weekly. That nagging voice isn't random. It's God's mark on you. Third, people are drawn to your light. Matthew 5 verse 16 urges you to let your light shine, and if you're chosen, others notice a peace or wisdom in you that defies explanation. I read about Sarah, a single mom whose neighbors kept seeking her advice during their crises, even though she felt unqualified. Her faith, rooted in prayer, radiated hope, and soon she was leading a small Bible study. Your influence isn't by chance. It's a sign of divine selection. Fourth, you experience supernatural protection. Psalm 91 verse 11 promises angels guard you, and if you're chosen, you'll see God's hand shielding you from harm in shocking ways. I know a man named James, who survived a car crash that killed his passenger, walking away with only scratches. He credits it to a prayer he whispered seconds before impact, and since then, he's shared his story to strengthen others' faith. Your near misses aren't luck. They're evidence of God's favor. These signs, trials, calling, light, protection, aren't just coincidences. They're God's fingerprints on your life, and they demand your attention. Let's explore why they matter so much. Your trials, like Rachel's, aren't meant to break you. Romans 8 verse 28 assures all things work for good for those He calls, turning your pain into purpose. Every setback you've faced, financial ruin, betrayal, illness, could be God's forge, crafting you for a mission you can't yet see. That inner calling, like David's, isn't a burden. It's a gift from Ephesians 2 verse 10, where you're created for good works He prepared. Ignore it, and you'll miss the joy of fulfilling your destiny. The light you carry, as Sarah did, draws people because John 8 verse 12 says Jesus is the light of the world, and if you're chosen, you reflect Him naturally. Don't hide it. Your words or actions could save someone's faith, and that protection, like James experienced, proves Psalm 23 verse 4 that God walks with you through the valley. Your survival isn't accidental. It's a call to testify. I heard about a pastor's son, Michael, who grew up rebellious but kept escaping trouble. Arrests dropped, fights avoided, and eventually turned to ministry, realizing God had preserved him for a reason. His story echoes the pattern. Chosen ones face battles but emerge stronger. So what does this mean for you? If you see these signs, don't shrug them off. God's choosing you isn't a passive label. It's an active invitation. Maybe you felt the refining fire, heard the calling, noticed people turning to you, or survived what should have destroyed you. These aren't flukes. They're God's way of saying you're His. But here's the catch. Being chosen comes with responsibility. Moses resisted his call, Exodus 4 verse 10, yet God used him to free a nation. Jonah ran from his, Jonah 1 verse 3, but God brought him back to save Nineveh. You can't ignore the signs forever. Your trials, your calling, your light, your protection are all calling you to act. Step into it. Pray for courage, seek counsel, start that ministry, share that testimony. God's not done with you, and the world needs the chosen you He's shaping. Will you rise to the challenge and live out your divine purpose?